Giaconda is live this morning. This Tuesday morning, somewhat sunny. It's trying to be sunny. We'll see how the day develops. I find the weather forecast to be somewhat unreliable these days. But yeah, not as sunny this morning as it was yesterday, but still I could see that sun shining. How are you all doing? It is, I believe, 6:50 this morning, a little bit earlier than yesterday's live. Wanted to do it a little bit before 7. Finishing up my coffee, getting ready for work. And here we are, Dushan. Hello, 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 my friend Dushan. And how are you this fine morning? How are you? Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to you, Dushan. So I don't know if you've seen my latest poll, but you're one of the candidates. I haven't seen the results this morning. Just woke up maybe 40 minutes ago. What do you do as soon as you wake up? As soon as I wake up, I check my emails for my assignments. I'm just so obsessed with my work. And then I have my breakfast. So, how are you, Dushan? You're great. All right. You voted for Moose. Yes, we all love Moose, don't we? We all love him. He's just incredible. So reliable, so dependable. So is Fernando. You're enjoying your vacation. You mentioned that to me, that effective Monday or effective today, that you will be starting your vacation. So, being on vacation is always a great feeling. I know that you always take advantage of that, Dushan. You always make sure to travel or go to your country home. Are you doing the same thing this year, or you're doing something a little different? So we already have one like. Thank you so much. This time I'm doing my live in my living room. As you can see, you have behind me is my favorite painting, Jacob's Ladder. You're staying in your city this year. Okay, so you're keeping it low key this year. But I think you did quite a bit of traveling last year, right? You even went to Rome, if I remember correctly. Good. Staying in the city, sometimes keeping it low key is just what we need. So Giaconda in the house, it's almost 7 o'clock. I can't see the exact time because I'm a little bit away from my clock. Doing my live a little bit earlier this morning. Need to get a head start to my day. Dushan is always my first reliable guest in the chat. He is currently at the bar drinking espresso, and I'm finishing up my cafe latte. That's usually my routine, Dushan? So your scent of the day is, I had that one. It is toffee. It is toffee. Yeah, well, that iris, again, is kind of like a gourmandy type of iris. I liked it, but the dry down wasn't good on my skin. The dry down wasn't good. I know that you're an iris lover. Dushan, I wore iris yesterday. It is song. It was nice, but it didn't project as much as I had wanted. So we have someone new in the chat. Last Bullet 007. Hello, where are you from, Last Bullet? Hello to you. So Giaconda in the house, finishing up her coffee, getting ready for her day. Montreal seems to be somewhat sunny, but I don't hear the birds chirping as I did yesterday. Not as sunny, but there's that glimmer of light nonetheless. Okay, so we've got a burner, it seems. Area Sky, hello grandma. I am summoning my moose. Where is my moose? Is Moose here? So we've got 3 likes already. That's amazing. Um, Hello, my dog. All right, lots of trolls this morning, but that's okay. Every morning is different. And we have a lot of people from India that tune in whenever I do a live. So I like to keep note of this. Last Bullet 007 is from India. Welcome, Last Bullet 007. So, how long have you had, Dushan, your Guerlain Iris Torrefi? Because I think it came out maybe 2 years, 3 years ago. It's not that, or maybe even more, maybe 4 years ago, right? 4 likes. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I'm finishing up my coffee, and actually, I'm going to need some help in deciding between my 2 cents. I wasn't sure, when you have a huge perfume collection, sometimes you wake up in the morning and you're like, should I wear this or that? This is how spoiled we are, right? It came out in 2020. Okay, I stand corrected. So not 3, 4 years, but 6 years. Oh my God, how time flies, right? What is the time in my place? It's almost 7 o'clock a.m. here in Canada, in Montreal, Quebec. Almost 7. What time is it? And who is this? Oh, I need to check here. Arama Perea. Where are you from? Where are you from? So that's the thing when we do a live stream early in the morning, obviously, we get people from different parts of the world. Giaconda in the house. I believe it's 7 o'clock already. The Philippines. Welcome from the Philippines. We have a huge Filipino community here in Montreal, actually. Many, and also in Toronto. So it's 12:50 in Serbia. So it's 6:50 here. 6:50. We're already in June. I just can't believe it. We're already halfway through 2026. How has your 2026 been? Has it been challenging? Has it been calm? Yes, they are wonderful people from the Philippines. I can tell you one thing as a teacher, having taught people from the Philippines, they are extremely diligent, hardworking, conscientious. Most of them work in the health field. They are some of the greatest of my greatest students come from the Philippines. So 2026 has been chaos so far. Okay. Well, what can you do? Some years just have to teach us some lessons, right? No choice. So we've got someone from Sweden. Welcome from Sweden. We have someone named Iola, 1958. Welcome to Giaconda's live stream. I'm from Montreal, Quebec, and I believe that Sweden, I think, is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. The living conditions for women are fantastic. The benefits, the working conditions just alone. I've always wanted to travel to Sweden, but the language is kind of difficult to speak. Okay, so this Arama Perea says that 2026 was total chaos. Not sure if this is someone I know. Kind of sounds like someone I know. Iola says, I like your channel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, especially coming from someone from Sweden. I love getting my European people as well. Just love European countries. Doesn't matter where it is. I just love Europe. So I need to decide between 2 cents. Maybe Dushan is going to help me. It's a toss between Mugler Aura, which I think came out quite a while back. And it's, I would say, one of the most eccentric type of scents that Mugler has ever made, just simply because of the notes. It has that vegetal note along with the floral. I think it's quite avant-garde. And this, or toss up between, believe it or not, my vintage Dolce Cabana, which was gifted to me by my dear friend Virginie. So, which should I wear? I'm going to ask Dushan to be the first one to decide for me. What is Dushan saying? Oh, you're on your mom's account. So is it you, Brandon? You're welcome, Iliolia. Dushan says those pictures and colors on them are so vibrant and fresh. Your room looks great. Well, Dushan, this is my living room. I'm sitting on my couch. This is my artwork. I think you've seen these before, Dushan, when I did my very first live, right? This is my living room, hon, right? With the statue and all. Okay, so I need mousse in the house. Or I'm gonna have to do this myself. Okay, I'm removing that burner. Welcome, Kevin, my twin. He has leaned into it and has now accepted that he is my twin. On a soul level, of course, don't get any ideas, gentlemen, women. Also, we have, I believe she's a woman from Sweden. And as I told her, I think Sweden is a beautiful country. I always wanted to visit. Are you in an art gallery? No, it's just my living room. It's just my living room, Kev. I have more art, Kev. If you look here, that wall here, this wall is my entrance because I moved into a smaller space. I only have like 35 paintings, but when I was in my original apartment, my 3-bedroom, I had 70 canvases. Thank you. My phone fell. Sorry about that. Oh, so let's put it back up. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so Dushan, help me decide between my vintage Dolce Cabana or this vegetal, somewhat eccentric scent from Mugler Aura. Which one should I wear? Maybe Kev can help me too, but Kev doesn't like to talk about fragrances too much. We have user, sometimes these accounts, like, just because of their names, you figure, oh, okay, this is like a troll or a burner account. So you want me to wear this? But Dushan, do you want me to wear this just because it's vintage? Do you know about this? Because this is far from vintage. It's very avant-garde, right? It's also your mood. Are you in a vintagey mood or are you in an avant-garde mood, right? But okay, I'll keep this in mind. Kevin, what do you think? What should I wear? Do you feel like deciding for me? Iliolia, do I sell any of my artwork? I did 2 art galleries, one in 2023, another one in 2024. My 3rd one has been delayed, to be honest. So I like to sell my artwork either privately, which I did. I sold one in 2025, but I would like to do another art exhibit at some point, maybe 2027, who knows. But producing art is a very expensive hobby, especially when you use oil paint, and especially when you're like me and you use certain brushes for specific art pieces. So what I do is whenever I am inspired to create, I'll be working on 3-4 canvases at the same time. And then I get rid of all my brushes. And then I continue with 3-4 more canvases and buy new brushes, new paint, new everything. So it's very expensive. Yeah, it's very expensive. So, who says, oh, you're born in 1958, Iliola from Sweden. Okay. And Dushan says that his father was born in 1958. So 1958 seems to be the year, I see. Okay, so we have Antoine. I bet you looked more beautiful when you were younger. Actually, I always feel beautiful, whether I am young or middle-aged. But I guess thank you for the compliment. We have Boz in the house. Ciao, buongiorno, come stai? It is, I think, 20 degrees here. Tuesday morning in Montreal. Like I said, not so sunny, but I'm seeing the sun. We need to see the light, right? We need to see it. And Boz, what do you think? Vintage Dolce Cabana or Aura? I don't know if you remember the Mugler Aura. This is a vegetal floral. It's quite eccentric. Am I in a vintagey classic mood or am I in an eccentric mood? So of course Dushan voted for my vintage Dolce Gabbana because Dushan is Dushan. He'll always vote for the vintage, right? You need a wrench. Everybody wants a wrench, eh? Why do you need a wrench? You're busy. You're busy, my twin. You're busy with the baby and everything. So you vote for this. I'm a bit torn. So it's 1-1. Moose, I summon Moose. Where is Moose? Moose, Moose, where are you? So we've got one vote for Aura, one vote for... Has Kevin voted? Let me check. I don't want this freaking phone to fall again. I'm just checking the chat. No, I'm up to date. So what are you guys up to? I had to postpone my live. It was scheduled for last night, but I postponed it to tonight, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad that I did. I was feeling very tired. You just had lunch. Yes. Yeah, so I was feeling very tired, and there's a little bit of... I was also annoyed last night with some, news, some gossip news. And that's it. And then we wake up in the morning and we say, well, let people be who they are and just move on and carry on. So you're having bean soup, very Balkan. Yes, it is very Balkan. I know that. And it's actually very nutritious. So you're having something quite healthy there, Slavin. That's good for you. Oh, hell yeah, Jonathan, respect. We have Jonathan. I spoke very highly of you, Mr. Jonathan, and I'm very grateful that you're on my live. Thank you so much. So I actually spoke about you and I said that you are the top reviewer in the fragrance community because you know your fragrances inside and out. And I just love the way you describe them so succinctly. Yeah, I love your style. So welcome. Very, very honored to have you here. Yes, obviously, bean soup is nutritious. So Jonathan, perhaps you can help me decide. I think I already know. I would already know your answer. Is it Dolce Gabbana, the vintage, right? For women, or Aura Mugler, so this vegetal floral eccentric scent. That's how I describe it. Which should I wear, Jonathan? Oh, Jonathan, I love the way you review. I've seen you. I've seen you in action. I'm also subscribed to your channel. I have been for, I think, when did I subscribe? Maybe a couple of years ago. Jonathan is a great collector and one of my favorite four horsemen. Four horsemen? Dushan? Why four horsemen? I'm curious. Jonathan, Eugene, Ramsey, and Ridge. Oh, yes, and I think you mentioned that, Dushan, and I told you that I really like Eugene and Jonathan. Absolutely, yeah. Okay, I remember the conversation now. Dushan is, we all know Dushan loves his vintage fragrances. I think he owns a vintage perfume from every line imaginable, and he is a great Santa Maria Novella fan. He loves the Santa Maria Novella. The last two are not my favorite, says Boz. That's okay. We all have our preferences, right? Red Cap, this one. Yeah, this is the vintage version, Jonathan. It's the vintage version, so yeah. It's so different from the reformulation. My friend Virginie gifted this to me for my birthday, and it cost her a pretty penny here in Montreal to get the vintage version, which is the velvety red box. Yeah, it was quite expensive, but she said it was worth it because she really wanted me to have this version. Oh, Boz, you're not feeling good. You're not digesting your bean soup. Oh, sorry to hear that. You have a mini of it? You have everything, Jonathan. You have a mini of it, eh? So would you say that, obviously, always in reference to the vintage version, would you say, Jonathan, that this can be classified as unisex, or is it strictly a women's scent? I mean, considering it came out when it did, but now we're in 2026, and, what do you think? I'm curious. Your tummy hurts? Okay. Okay, Boz. No, Anna, that wasn't me. Okay. Okay. Well, it's hard, when you do a live because everyone was saying there's a Boz burner, one with the dot and the other one without the dot. And if you're doing a live or even a live stream and you don't have any mods, it's hard for you to detect who is the real Boz, right? So what can I say? Anybody can wear anything. You just got to rock with it with confidence. And I remember you saying that, Jonathan. You don't believe that we should attach any gender to any fragrance. I remember you saying that. Dennis in the house, and Dennis is still on vacation, but in Croatia. Welcome, Dennis. I'm deciding between the vintage Dolce Gabbana for women and the Aura by Mugler. Which one should I wear? Which one should I wear, Dennis? Nice, Dushan. Okay. So we've got a Boz burner and I think a real Boz. Is that it? Okay. And Moose must be very busy. He's not here. So we've got 6 likes. Really appreciate the likes. What will you be doing this afternoon or this morning? So I'll be doing a live tonight at 8. It was supposed to be last night, but I postponed it. I wasn't really up to it. So I'm doing my 5th live stream tonight. Very, very excited about that. They are harmless, says Kevin. Okay, I trust my twin. My twin is reliable. Okay. I'm waiting for my box full of vintages from Italy. Oh, you're a lucky guy, Dushan. You ordered some vintage perfumes from Italy. Lucky you. Here in Canada, we can't really order much directly from Italy because the shipping would take probably months, and the package might even get stolen. It's not reliable from Italy to Canada. But if it does get shipped to you safe and sound, you're looking at about 6 weeks to 8 weeks, actually. Okay. Well, I'm just, boss, I'm just passing through the burners because I can't, devote too much time to what they're saying. So we've got 7 likes, and now it is, what time is it? Now I think it's about what, 7:10, 7:15. I can't really see the exact time. So you have Boz has a fragrance channel? I haven't checked it out. Sorry, but I will. They are Anuj. Who is Anuj? Twin? Who is Anuj? Good morning, Anuj. Good morning. Anuj is so sweet. He wished my mother a happy birthday, right? It was mom's birthday yesterday. She turned 80. And mine is coming up in 20 days. And I just realized that the year 2026 has just been flying by. And earlier, when I just started the live, I asked, what has your 2026 been like? Has it been an inspirational year? Has it been a calm year? A turbulent year? What has it been like? Okay. I think the next burner for Boz should be Boz Burner. Boz Burner. The burner of all burners. Like, wow, I haven't seen so many burners in my life. Um, okay, where am I at? Kev is saying good morning, Dushan. Happy B-Day to mom. Thanks, Kev. My aunt's birthday today, father's sister. Oh, is it, Boz? Okay, she's a Gemini too. Well, the real boss always said that Geminis are a handful. Anuj is our olfactory archangel. I think we can all agree to that. Can you imagine vintage fragrances without Anuj? Like, what would our world be like, right? Think about it, guys. We're so we're so blessed to have Anuj in our lives. Thanks to him, I have so many fragrances from so many different lines, but the one that I always go on and on and on about is my vintage royal water from Creed. It's just beautiful, especially in the spring. Well, it's a type of scent that I'll wear in the spring, summer, and early fall. And it's so deliciously unisex. You can share it with your better half. And I don't know if you guys have smelled the reformulation of real water. It sucks. It sucks ass. Your wife's mom was a smoke show. God rest her soul. Yes. Anuja's laughing. Yes, Boz is saying a difficult Gemini. I remember you talking to me. This is the real Boz because he did talk to me about his difficult aunt. We used to talk on the phone and talk about family, real life stuff. And I remember him telling me about his difficult aunt and me telling him my mom is also difficult. Okay, so I see where the burners are now. So, Kevin, my angel, my twin, the best daddy in the world, is asking, what is the difference between an angel and an archangel? Well, Anuj is an archangel, so he is in the higher level of angels, like Gabriel, Michael, right? Raphael. These are our archangels. So it's like, how can I make it comparable to the live streams and to the FragCom community? They're season zero, okay? The archangels are season zero in terms of spiritual protection. And then the angels, you have different, like season 6, 7, 8. You get it, Kev? It's the best way I can explain it. Yeah. And Anush has, don't forget, he has vintage, but he also has some niche, some discontinued niche that's not really classified as vintage, but more discontinued niche. Um, Kev is saying, is it the fact that Anuj is a ball jerk that makes him right? No. Okay, stop, Kevin. Don't call him a ball jerk. I don't like that. Jonathan, I built a whole wing of my collection out of Anuj warehouse. Yes, yes. I mean, we need him. We will always need him, right? And I'm sure you know this line, Jonathan. Anuj, thanks to Anuj, I have the whole collection. Well, I have 8 bottles from Neil Morris. So back in the day when I started collecting niche, we're going back 2007, 2008. I really liked Neil Morris scents. And then, we swap, we trade, whatever. And Anush made it happen for me, Neil Morris. So I'm sure that Jonathan knows. There's an archangel coming. Okay, this is a burner. Okay. Okay. Anuja's saying money, yes. All right. Everyone is difficult to me in my life. I can't catch a break. That's a burner. Raphael, Uriel, exactly. And I have my tattoo are the sigils of the archangels. I remember telling Kev this. So it's the sigils that I turned into a tattoo. So we have Michael, we have Gabriel, we have Uriel, and Raphael. Okay, I'm just going through the messages. Anuj means a good husband. Yes, he's a very dedicated husband. So Dushan is saying, what a compliment, Anuj. Dushan is saying, I'd rather visit Enchanté and Anuj than Paris and Moulin Rouge. And I think you did travel to Toronto, didn't you, Dushan? Weren't you in Toronto at some point? And I think you mentioned it to me that you were in Toronto. Didn't you meet Anuj and Eugene? So we've been live 33 minutes. How time flies. 7 likes. I'll be doing my live stream tonight at 8 o'clock Montreal time. And I think I've decided that I'll be wearing my vintage Dolce Gabbana Femme, which was gifted to me for Christmas from my friend Virginie. Hard to come by. The vintage version here in Montreal costs an arm and a leg to get this damn perfume. Okay, but I thought you said that you were going to Toronto. You never ended up going? I remember this quite clearly, Dushan. You saying you would be in Toronto. Okay. It was a fantasy then. But you visited Paris. And well, Paris is very far from Toronto, right? I don't know if I would like to visit Paris just for the culture, the museums, but unless you go to those flea markets or estate sales, I think perfume in Paris is going to be extremely, extremely expensive. I wouldn't pay retail for anything. It would be mostly to explore the boutiques. And friends of mine that have visited Paris say that when you do enter those perfume boutiques and they know that you're not going to spend a heck of a lot of money, they don't even give you any samples. So they're not so generous there. Okay, boss. The one I want to get is Pomona Vitalis by Electrimus. Well, okay, wow. That sounds cool. I love your taste in perfume, seriously. You have very distinct taste, unisex taste. All the perfumes that you like, we can easily share with a partner, you know, I like that. Dushan visited me in Norway and made my mother a very happy woman. He will be, okay. Okay, this is a burner. I need a wrench. That last comment was out of bounds. Okay. Hold on, twin. Okay, Kevin, I made you managing moderator, okay, because you're my twin. You're my managing moderator. Yeah. Okay? So Kev, my twin, is managing moderator, so it's gonna eliminate the headache of these burners. Okay. A little bit challenging this morning, isn't it? But we have to appreciate who we have in the chat. We've got some amazing people in this chat, and we've got 7 likes. And I see now as I'm looking outside that the sun is actually shining a bit brighter. And I am so excited to be wearing my Dolce Gabbana vintage. And I need to be grateful that I got this for Christmas. It's so nostalgic. And we're doing a live tonight. And I didn't tell you guys what the topic is, but you know how it is. Whenever you do a live stream, you guys have a lot more experience than I do. This will be my 5th live stream. But I'm the type, you know, it's the teacher in me. When I do something, I delve deep into it. So my live streams have lasted quite a while. So I was burnt out last week. I think I did 4 live streams in less than 10 days, and I did maybe 20 hours. So, and plus my lives that vary. But I learned all this to say, even though you have panelists, and you don't know when when the people are going to hop on because people are busy, they have things to do. But let's say you have a topic, you may touch on that topic and then deviate and talk about other stuff. And when you live stream, you're really a facilitator. You're not there to dominate the discussion. It's what people feel like talking about. Nonetheless, the topic for tonight is what people voted. So this is what I do. Every week I have a poll. People vote. People from the community vote what they would like to talk about. And the chosen topic was material wealth, right? Material wealth in the Western societies. Okay. Well, I did. You're managing moderator. So don't take advantage of it. You're managing moderator, Kev. No, I won't take it away. You're there. You're there, Kev. It's okay. I made the decision to make you managing moderator, and so are they. It's fine. Okay. Oh God, lots of burners. I'm just going through the messages, guys. Anna, do I get a prize for winning best chatter? Well, so far you're not winning with that much, Kev. You've got some competition. Have you checked out the latest polls? I'm only going to reveal the latest polls tonight because the numbers keep fluctuating. And I want to give everyone time. And we've got Mikey in the house. Mikey, Mikey, Mikey. My scent of the day is Vintage Dolce Gabbana Pour Femme. What do you think? You think it's a good choice? It was a toss-up between this and the Vegetal Floral Aura by Mugler, but the gentleman voted for this for me. Also, Mikey, I'll be live streaming tonight. I was supposed to live stream last night, but it got postponed. Money in control, yes. So, yes, so Kevin is saying, watch it. I enforce stream rules. Yes? Your family, Kevin, your family. Burners have their place. Yes. So, yeah. Don't forget, I'm new at streaming, but I'm not new at dealing with people, right? I've been dealing with people, with the public, my whole life, worked in the media, lots of stuff. So in the end, it comes to the same thing. It's just there are specific rules in specific situations, and the virtual world can be quite challenging. But then once you get used to it, people are people in the end, right? Conflict is conflict. Yeah, so of course, some people will not be very happy with you. Some people will be spiteful. And when it's done virtually, it doesn't have the same impact as when it is face to face. But conflict is conflict with people, right? Okay, this burner is really chatty, eh? This boss burner is really freaking annoying. Yeah. Yes, I am working today. I start my day at 10 a.m., Kev. Absolutely. I work every day. Summer school as well. I've been teaching summer school in the last 5 years. So you can say, Kev, that I'm somewhat of a workaholic. So what is Kev saying? I really enjoyed the homoerotic arc that Kay's stream took last night and the night before. I like it. It's different, Kay is super cool. I love her very much. I'm very grateful to have her as a friend as well. And there was a situation that happened, and she made me managing moderator, I believe. So I can, if ever on her stream, I can actually put this person in timeout. So I was really touched. She didn't tell me she was gonna do it. I was in the chat and boom, I received this message, So really, really happy about that. So, okay, Kevin is being smart here. Workaholic, hopelessly addicted to workahol. Okay. Kevy. Kay's only fault is she lets Kevin on the panel too much. Don't complain about Kev, because when Kev is not there, oh, where is Kev? The stream is boring. When Kevin hops on, oh, he talks too much, right? So damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you want Kevin on, he's going to talk and he's going to voice his opinion. And then when he's turned off, he just disconnects. That's the Aquarius thing, right? He'll just disconnect and he'll disappear. That's it. But don't expect him to be on panel and be a schmuck on panel. That's not Kevin. Okay, these burners are starting to irritate me. Yeah, you've got a lot of burners, boss. Damn, damn, damn. Anyhow, we have to be patient. We have 8 likes. Thank you so much. Already 45 minutes into the stream. Tonight's live stream, I'll need my 3 mods tonight. It's clear. I'll need all 3 of them. And I made Kay also mod, but Kay is in and out of my streams because the timing is never convenient for her, not at 8 o'clock. Tonight's theme will be on material wealth. We're going to talk about money, status. Is it still the ultimate priority in Western societies? And I don't want to talk about the East and the West. I really would prefer if we just focused on Western societies. They should really ban all burners. Well, I have to leave it up to Kevin. He knows what's right. He's going to use his judgment, right? Anna, I can time out the burners, but they aren't doing anything inappropriate. Your call, boss. I'm leaving it up to you, Kev, because you have more experience than I do. So it's the teacher in me, twin. You have more experience, so I need to follow your lead. What boss says is an opinion, and I appreciate that. How I feel irritated because I'm new at this. So every time I'm scrolling down the chat, I have to do it ever so carefully so my phone doesn't fall as it did earlier, right? Because I'm doing a live from my living room. But it's your call, Kev. That's why I made you managing moderator. If they're not inappropriate, then we need to tolerate them. The good and the bad of live streaming. And we've got 5 Banaka sprays. Kevin was hilarious on the phone last night, but what goes on backstage stays backstage. Well, I would appreciate a good morning, Neil. I think that's nice when Anna's doing a live stream. Good morning. That's the gentlemanly thing to do, as everyone else wished me a good morning. So we're 47 minutes into the live stream, 10 likes. I'm seeing the sunshine even brighter, so I'm even more hopeful. My scent of the day is, and we decided, it will be the vintage Dolce Gabbana for women, a gift to me from Virginie. So, we're so lucky to have good friends in our lives. Well, it's common sense. It's something I was raised with, right? I remember one time I woke up, when you're teenagers, you wake up all grumpy. Where's the coffee? My father said, hey, in the morning you say, good morning. All right. So I was kind of trained that way that we should do that, especially when we enter a live stream. We say good morning, just the way I was raised. Okay, Kevin, Anna would love to hear what we talked about. No, it's not my business what you talked about, Kevin. Okay, so don't provoke. It's not my business. Whatever you guys talked about, you talked about. So 5 Binaka sprays, message retracted. Anna is a hot topic, okay. Kevin's friendship comes with a dose of bullying. Oh, okay. Love her maternal side. Well, my maternal side is mostly reserved for my students. And it's not maternal because I'm not a mom. It's my nurturing side. I'm very nurturing with my students. I'm very nurturing with my close friends. Again, it's very cultural. It's the way we were raised, right? Maybe that can be a topic tonight, Kev, eh? Because I know a lot of men that are very nurturing as well. Paternal is one thing and nurturing is another. Kevin is very nurturing. And not everyone has that instinct. So part of it is cultural, the way you were raised, how your parents were with you, or your grandparents. Some people were raised by their grandparents. And then it's your instinct, right? Wanting to help people, making sure that your loved ones are safe and secure. I don't think Kevin is a bully. I think he has a very definitive line or boundary between internet life and real life, right? So he makes that distinction very clear, what the rules are on the internet side and what the rules are on the personal side. I don't know. Am I wrong, Kevin, in my interpretation of who you are? I don't know what they're talking. Dushan, what are you saying? 5 Binaka sprays sounds like golf. Like, huh? Okay, I'm a bit lost here. Well, does it really matter how old Neil is? Like, what's the point? Who cares? Neil shaving off a year. Yeah, you are. That's why I call you my twin, because you're a natural nurturer, just like, as I am. And you have a strong character, and you come across as being aggressive when you're very adamant about certain things, just as I do. And you're persistent, just as I am. I mean, these guys have been your friends, right? Your internet friends and real life friends for years. So there's a level of attachment. It's the same as with myself, with my friends. We pretty much interact the same way. We tend to be aggressive in certain situations when we want our friends to see a certain reality. It's perfectly normal. To me, the way Kevin behaves is totally normal. He's annoying just as I'm annoying sometimes. I don't know this German poet, Dusan Goethe. What was his poetry like? I don't know if I would associate Kevin with any poet, actually. So why, twin, why does Neil's messages keep getting retracted? Like, what's going on here? So Kevin is saying, you're pretty much right, Anna. You're my twin. You know me. Kevin is a big Zen cutie boy. You know who's hard to read? My co-witch, Mikey. And he's right. He's very nice, very pleasant. But he knows how to speak in such a way that he's got his shields right around. He's fantastic. If you pay attention to the way he communicates, he only lets you in, like he's in full control, Mikey, how far you can get in. And he's got like strict boundaries. He's good. Mikey's good. Age is just a number, absolutely. And I keep telling you that, Neil. As soon as you call yourself old, forget it, game over. So I'm 25 and have high T, Anna. So Kevin, is this the real Neil or it's a burner? I'm a bit lost with the comments here. Yeah, it's true. Neil and I talked about that you wished he was your uncle. Well, he can be. He doesn't have to be biologically related to you. He's your spiritual uncle, and to him, you're like a nephew, if not more. Oh, the conversation is so stimulating. Women get turned on by high T. Women get turned off by low T. Oh, he's deleting his own messages. He's pulling a Reaper. We're very happy with Mr. Reaper these days. He's been behaving very appropriately on his live streams. in case he's listening. He left the chat last night when I called him whiskey asshole. Keep talking about me. And then he exited the chat. So it's all noted, what he said about me. Very nice. I've always spoken very fondly of him, even after we stopped chatting. But, I woke up with the mindset this morning. Whether people will say or do things out of jealousy because they didn't get their way with you, they weren't able to influence you, you just gotta let it go, because there's a certain level of immaturity. And as you get older, you're affected by cruel or disrespectful actions, but then you got to let it go, because one thing about aging, you got to take care of yourself and you got to look sexy all the time, but one thing about aging is you realize you don't have time to be sad or affected by people's immaturity. You feel it, you feel that emotion, and then you let it go. You let it go. He will learn that he has burnt his bridges, right? He will learn, he will learn, he will learn. Just let it go. So that was my mantra this morning. My mic, well, actually, it's not a mic, Neil. It's just my phone. I'm not, as you can see, I'm in my living room, Neil. I am not using my desktop. When I do my live streams, I do it with my phone. So Kev is saying that Mike wants to be part of committee, but he needs to dedicate more time to the stream life once he puts the streams as a priority above all. Oh God, leave Mikey alone. He's wonderful. It's the real cuddles. Okay. So Neil is in a little bit of a funny mood, but there's like funny where he cracks me up, and then there's funny where he can get on my nerves. Mikey, I totally understand. Kev, not even gonna argue at this point. Great. You see how he knows how to answer? He can just shut you up, Kev, like that, just with a reply. Boss, Kevin needs to get a better mic. I turn up well, Kevin and I kind of have the same problem. Again, that's why he's my twin. He has a very loud voice. His voice projects. He would have made a great teacher. I think there's teachers in his family, right? He needs a specific mic because the voice projects, right? I've never had any problem teaching my students, like even in large classrooms, and you guys can vouch for this, you can understand. Even in large classrooms, students from the way back could hear me, Stop retracting your messages, Neil. You're annoying. Yeah, but you know why he's doing that? To get on my nerves. I know Neil like the back of my hand. He's busting balls. He's busting Giaconda's balls this way, just because he feels like it. That's how he is. Because you're a ball buster, and I'm going to get you back. Yeah, you got to look sexy at all times. If you feel good, if you don't feel good, you always have to be sexy. Believe it or not, you know who taught me that? My dad. Always look your best. Never for a man, for yourself. Always look your best. Because if you feel sexy, you project sexiness. And you project a certain level of confidence. And it doesn't even matter what your weight is necessarily, as long as you're doing your best to look your best at the given time frame you're in. You always have to know this, guys. There's better than you and there's worse than you. Always see yourself in the middle, You're not the prettiest, you're not the most handsome, but you're not the ugliest either. And make use of the good qualities you have, and never be jealous of anyone who is aesthetically better looking than you or more intelligent than you. Always remain humble but at the same time, appreciate the gifts that were given to you. This is my life mantra. Okay, I'm just catching up. Well, Neil is feeling frisky this morning. And how do you know that, Kev? Anna, just admit Neil is a cutie pie. When he wants to be. He's not always a cutie pie. He's an instigator too. So what does 5 Banaka sprays have to say? Kevin, I'm funny, but I'm funnier. You know, I've cracked him up so much that he's had to like take time out from the phone because he couldn't breathe, okay? So you're funny, but I'm just as funny as you are, Mr. Cuddles. Okay, what is he saying? And can get on her nerves, just like I get on your nerves. Last night on the phone, you asked me not to get sarcastic. You sounded like my father, actually. Okay, it's not a time to get sarcastic. Exactly the way my father used to, but it was just because I was processing some gossip information. And because Cuddles is cold, and he doesn't care if you're processing information. He doesn't want to hear any attitude. You sounded like my dad last night. Seriously? Still love hot Italian Anna. Well, thank you. Rich Mitch has the best voice. No, I don't agree, Dushan. You keep saying he has the best voice. I don't like his accent at all. The best voice in Frag Calm. I like Jonathan's voice. Very calm, soothing, that deep masculine voice. Who else? Who else do I like? I can't think of, wait. Eugene is very descriptive. I like the way Eugene describes, okay? He's very descriptive. He uses amazing adjectives when he has to describe perfume. But I disagree. You know, Dushan, I love you, but I don't agree that Rich Mitch has the best voice. Haya, hot Italian Anna. Oh God, that's gonna be my acronym now. Now the twin is gonna call me Hia, which sounds awful as an acronym. Anna is becoming one of my favorite streamers. Thank you, Mike Kowich. And I really like the way you carry yourself, Mike. You really know how to set boundaries for yourself, you know? And you don't lose your shit. You don't lose your shit at all. You see, like, my eyes are very, like, it's like Kevin. We're very expressive, but you keep like a poker face. Even though you have the Bambi eyes, Mikey, you have like a poker face. So if someone will say something derogatory to you, you'll just answer back with the Bambi eyes, with very little expression. No, I don't like Rich Mitch. No, it doesn't appeal to me. Oh, Dushan, Rich used to come on my... Okay. So you guys are reminiscing now. Cool. Oh, did he? I know nothing about this gentleman. Whatever. He used to give you psychological diagnosis. Oh, wow. Okay, so Neil is saying that Rich Mitch was always going on his stream. Rich Mitch was Moose in 2020. A great personality and a good heart does mean more than simply looks. Absolutely. Absolutely, Mikey. You know, you can have, like, you can be one of the best looking man or woman if you don't have a good heart, you know, if you're not genuine, if you're not sincere, if you don't care about people, it will eventually show, right? Through your actions, your gestures, and it will eventually turn people off. But if people are just interested in being with you because of your looks, then they will just overlook that and just use you for your looks. It's as simple as that, right? People take what they want and they They do this with stuff they don't want. Anna asks my twin, if you could put Neil into one wrestling move, would it be the German Oh, I'm not going to answer that. Stop. 5 Banaka sprays. Rich is much better than you. Dushan, I don't agree. First of all, I got to defend Neil now because I'm a bit pissed with you, Dushan. First of all, Neil has been wearing fragrances since, let's say, the 80s. He's 5 years older than me. Since the early 80s, even late 70s. He has a way of describing fragrances very succinctly. He doesn't go into these long-winded descriptions. So he can take this freaking bottle, he can describe it to you succinctly, he'll tell you what he likes about it, and then he'll say, well, you know, you can try it if you like. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you like it, you like it. And I like that style. It's not imposing. Neil is not imposing, and he's funny also in his videos. He's entertaining. He's colorful. So Dushan, don't say that, because that's not true. The way I say cuddles, well, it's like the way I say paperclip. Yeah. So, you know, my accent is unique for you guys, but you can ask Neil. I sent him a video. I sent it to him, I sent it to AM, and I sent it to Fernando. There's a bar, an Italian bar here in Montreal called Cafe Italia. So Cafe Italia has existed for 70 years. So when my father immigrated, my uncles and all that, and I'm sure my twin, Kev, knows, it's on Saint-Laurent in Little Italy. All the Italian immigrants would go to Cafe Italia. So they celebrated their 70th anniversary. Still popular. You can pop in on a Sunday morning. I would love it if all of us can meet in Montreal and we can all go have coffee at Cafe Italia. And they have the same accent. So when Neil saw it, he's like, oh my God, you know, the new owner, because she's the granddaughter, right? Because it's been passed down. He goes, my God, that lady sounds just like you. I thought your accent was unique. And I'm like, no, all the Italian Montrealers pretty much sound like me. And we all enunciate the same way because we have the Italian accent connected with that French accent because we live in Quebec. And then Neil understood. So what does Kev say? Anna and Cuddles have a spicy relationship. Love it. Yeah, well, I'm a Cancer, he's a Scorpio, right? So he stings. And the Cancer can nip, you know, the crab, what it does, right? So we do that to each other. But water signs are very emotional. So Fernando has the best voice in Fragcom. Yeah, I heard his voice. It's pretty cool. It's deep. It's a deep voice. Yeah, I agree. I agree with Boz. You know, for me, when I say that someone has a good voice, because I've worked with the media and all that, it has to be smooth and even with appropriate intonation, right? And the tone has to be very soothing also at the same time. I like AM's voice. AM's voice is quite soothing. And I like his laugh. His laugh is very hearty and okay, Dushan, I don't know, like today you're off with your comments. Eugene looks great, but Brandon looks better. Don't compare two guys. They're not even in the same age group. Eugene is in his 50s and Brandino is a young boy in his 20s. You can't, I mean, it's like father and son, and it's two completely different looks, you know? It's not relevant, Dushan. Okay, Boz is saying, I don't think any guy here has a beautiful voice. Well, that's your opinion. We're all, you know, we all have our own opinions. I do. Okay, I need to catch up with the chat because I'm yakking. So sexy. So who is so sexy? Eugene? Boz and Eugene basically look the same, just a difference in the nose. Okay, Kev, stop. Mikey is number one virtue signaler. Okay. I'd like to meet Eugene. That'd be wild. Uh-huh. 5 Banaka sprays. What is he saying? Kev, I'm lucky. She answers my phone calls. I was going to visit a psychiatrist to ask him, oh, here we go, him or her, why I wasn't attracted to white women before her. Neil, I'm going to get you later. 5 Banaka sprays. I'm wearing vintage Dolce Gabbana pour femme. Do you like the scent? Is it a scent that an Italian woman would wear? I need to pivot. No, we have the same type nose. Okay, who cares about the fucking nose? Anna, do you believe people have the face they deserve? As my dad used to say, thank God with what God gave you. Can you do? If you've been blessed with good genes and you inherited good genes, sometimes we don't even look like our parents. We look like our grandparents. I'm an amalgamation. I have a little bit of mom. My brother calls me Mini Lily. My mother's name is Liliana. So he says that I'm a lot like her, just a modern version of her. But I have obviously daddy's nose. But the lips, this upper part is mom. The lower part, which is thicker, is daddy. See? I have my father's smile, my father's dimples. But this chin is like my mom. The forehead is my mom. The eye color is my mom. The shape is my dad's. Like I have bigger eyes than my mom and my dad. My hands are like my Aunt Roseanne. The hair is like my grandmother. Like I had a lot of hair when I was young, like this. I had a lot of hair and I had lost hair and now it grew back and it's curly, just like it was when I was like 13. So it's really freaky. The skin I took after my parents. I don't have a lot of wrinkles. I'm pushing 57. So my mom too. She's 80. She looks great. Dad hardly had any wrinkles. So this is genetic. So we take after, Hell yeah, cuddles. Brandon, okay. Okay, do we have to talk about Brandon? Like, Brandon is a good friend of mine. Brandon and I have known each other for about 3 years. We call each other every 2-3 months. We catch up. So he's a good friend, So I don't want to talk about Brandon. Neil doesn't own inner beauty. What? Is this the real Dushan or is this a burner? Like, what the fuck? What the heck? What the heck? What are you saying, Dushan? Oh, Dave is here. I love Dave. Hey, Dave, how are you? Good morning, good afternoon. And Autumn, good morning. Good morning, Autumn. My scent of the day, Autumn, is Dolce Gabbana pour femme vintage. I was gifted this Christmas by my friend Virginie. It was a toss-up between this or this vegetal floral aura by Mugler. And the men decided for me that this would be the best choice for me this morning. What does Neil say? I didn't even know that fragrances resembled fruits in the old days. Yeah, that's true. Boz is correcting fruit, no plural, which is true. He's right. Autumn working that ass in Pilates. Mikey, personally, I would love to see a Montreal meetup at some point. Well, but it was maybe now Kevin has a different mindset about it. But I mentioned it to Kev. Maybe it was too soon. It was in April. I said, Kev, let's do a Montreal meetup. And he said, no, Anna, it's not the right time. Plus, he just had his baby. But if you guys are interested in a Montreal meetup, I can help organize it. And it would be awesome because we could do Montreal and Toronto. And I think you guys would love it. Plus, financially, with the exchange rate, You guys, it's convenient, right? But Montreal has a lot more soul than Toronto. So Jonathan is saying, you know, Neil, I picked up that, what is that? Just lead face aftershave, banana. That you, yeah, he's, you know, Neil is very good. He's excellent in all his videos when he's doing the aftershaves and the way he shaves the creams and all that. That's his forte. And it's a nice market, you know, to get into because not many of you guys know, right? So when he does his videos and he explains the texture of the cream and this and the aftershave, I think it's fantastic because it's perfume all on its own, you know, when the men shave and the skin and the scent, and then you slap on the cologne, it's kind of like layering, right? And it gives it a nice aesthetic. I think Neil should do more of those videos because he's an expert. You see, Dushan, Rich Mitch doesn't know how to do that, but Neil does. Hey, Dave. Okay, you rode your bike. That's amazing, Autumn. I love the fact that you plan your day accordingly. You kind of remind me of me. You're very active. You're proactive. I love that. I love that. Fantastic. So Kev has a question for Autumn. Do you ever look at it in the mirror and blow yourself a kiss? Oh God, here we go. Very nice stuff after a shave, Jonathan. Okay. All right. Hi, Autumn. Nice. I'm very, very happy, by the way, to have Jonathan here with us on my live. It's his first appearance, and I'm very grateful. Just wanted to mention that again. Tried some time. Case friend and mine. Oh, okay. AM looks good. What do you mean, Dushan? AM looks good. You mean he's handsome? You really like to compliment the men, eh? Yeah, AM is handsome. He's aesthetically pleasing to look at, and he knows it. Mikey, I love Anuja's voice. Always, you know what? I was just thinking of that. When you guys were talking about voices and energy, I was thinking, Anuj, my olfactory archangel, whenever he enters a live stream, it's like the energy just lifts, you know? There's something very pure about him and innocent. I agree, Mikey. See, Mikey is my co-witch for a reason because Mikey picks up on energy. You can't fool Mike. Mike, you need to get a snake tattoo just like me. Mine is on my foot, the ankle of my foot. You need to get it somewhere visible so we can like match each other. Anna, share with the group, when is Neil going to show you his collection? Well, Neil can only show me his collection of perfumes when I visit him in Miami, right? Unless he does it virtually, Dennis, and he can show everybody. That's up to him. You have to ask him that, not me. Good morning, Jonathan. I love Anuj. Kalum does have a good... Oh, yes. Absolutely. Boost? Absolutely. His voice can lure in anybody. If you have to choose between Rich Mitch and Kalu, 100, 0. Like, come on, that's common sense. So Autumn is wearing a cheapie today, Marc Jacobs honey. I like that one. The honey is nice. The honey is nice. Pairing it with Be Nice t-shirt. Cool. Okay. Boss, I'm a walking red flag for Anna. And why do you need to advertise that? Red flag. Walking the Line, I Walk the Line, Johnny Cash. Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs. Is this a Boss burner or is this Boss? Because if it's a burner, then that's someone who knows that that's one of my favorite songs and I would know who that is. Big eyes are beautiful. That's great, Anna. But can you shake what your morning? What? Am I right? That's great, Anna. But can you shake what your mama gave you? Am I right? I don't get it, Kev. Maybe it's because it's still early in the morning. I have great. Okay. I have my great grandfather. He's being sarcastic now, Mikey. I am money burner. Okay. All right, Anna, heading into work. Glad I was able to catch part of your stream. Thank you, Mikey. It's always a pleasure to have you. Mwah, Mikey. Hi, brother. Money burner. Peace, Mike. Later, Kev. Catch up soon, man. Anna, I can't meet up because I know. Later, Kev. I know. Relax. I have tons of aftershave in my collection, says Jonathan. Poll question. Real men go to will. Oh, Neil. Oh my God, Neil. Real men go to World War II. Real men shave. There's consistency there, huh, Mr. Neil? World War II and shaving. I could see a flow there. I could see the connection. You are the best, Jonathan. He is. We gotta go to Pula or Regina Anna. Bring Neil if you want. That's actually funny. No, we're gonna leave Neil at home. That's where he would rather stay. He would never follow me there. Remember, we were talking about Pula. What's 1 or 2? What's the poll, Kev? Dushan is very comfortable. Okay, so according to Kev, Dushan is very comfortable in his sexuality. He's so comfortable that he makes me uncomfortable. Love it. Okay. You know your shit, Kev. Okay, he's got a point there. You would look better with longer hair. You mean Kev would look better if he would let his hair grow and not be bald? But he has shown us a photo with him with his hair and his beard, but he's never shown us a photo of himself with a beard and shaved head, or no beard and hair. So I want to see those. I imagine Neil's collection is 70% vintage, cologne, 25% Zaroff, and 5%. No, that's not it at all. Love, it is Torefi. You're a funny guy, Boz. Thanks, Neil. Burners are all gone. Neil Mice. Okay. Message deleted. I'm going to view the deleted message. Okay, I see what Fernando did. Thank you, Fernando. I didn't even see that you were here. Good morning, Fernando. Thank you so much. And thank you for deleting that. Okay. Okay. All right. Hey, boss, watch it. I know what she's doing to you. Been there, done that. What are you talking about, Neil? Hey, boss, watch it. I know what she's doing to you. Been there, done that. What does that mean? Hey, Fernando. That's not me, money. Orlando, good morning. Okay, Neil, good morning. Did you sleep well? Well, I'm behind in the chat. Not very well. Lots of things to sort out today. Just know, Fernando, we're here for you. And we really appreciate you. So whatever you're going through, just know that you're liked, you're respected, and you're appreciated. Just wanted to share that with you this morning. Okay. I'm just reading the messages, guys. Yeah, you know, Fernando, it was extremely confusing for me this morning because when you do these live streams, there's a burner that looks exactly like Boz's, but there's the dot, right? And my God, when you do a live, you can't see the damn dot. Even though I'm wearing my glasses, you can't see that. So I was getting a little bit distracted, and I made Kevin is also managing mod, okay? Because I didn't have anybody, and he actually came to the rescue. So I have Kev is like family. So I have Kev, I have you, and I have Moose. Yeah, they're getting even more devious. I tend to agree. So we've got 11 likes. Thank you guys. I really appreciate the likes. I appreciate your presence in my live streams. An hour and 25 minutes into my live. Time flies when we're having fun. Finished my coffee. I have my scent of the day. I feel so grateful. Yeah. So it's nice to see all the boys chatting nicely. I like that. I like when everyone is getting along. That makes Anna happy. So I am streaming tonight. I had to postpone yesterday's live stream just as well because Kate streamed last night and I was in the chat. And I was able to put someone in their place in the chat. And I'm the mod on Kay's live stream, and I'm very honored. It's my first experience as a mod, so this is exciting for me, you know. That's it. But now Giaconda needs to get ready for work, and then I'm going for a nice massage after work. I usually get my massages every 2 to 3 weeks. And it really relaxes your nervous system, right? When you get a massage, therapeutic massage. I don't know if you guys get massages, but they're great. Thank you, Kev. Love you, Kev, my twin. Love you all. Love you all. And Giaconda is going to see you tonight at 8 o'clock. Bear with the stupid microphone issue. Until I get a laptop, you have to tolerate that awful mic sound. Yeah, I agree, Fernando. So it's just as well, you know. But these burners are out of control. So we really have to keep an eye out for tonight. Ciao ciao, a presto, buona giornata a tutti e ci vediamo stasera. Mwah! Ciao ciao.